Hey Taurus, I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be a general check-in for you, Taurus, just to see if there are any messages of guidance for this month, for the balance of this year, anything that you need to know. Spirit, please and thank you for Taurus, Sun and strong placements. What do they need to know? Inviting in the divine light of God, Spirit, guides, angels, ancestors. Negative energy must leave the space now, Spirit. Please and thank you for Taurus. What do they need to know? What do you need to know, Taurus? Healing. I feel like this is taking care of your body though, Taurus. I feel like this is resting when you need to rest, eating when you need to eat, not having the guilt about resting, listening to your body, really grounding into your physical body. And that is the theme of Chiron in Taurus. Chiron has shifted into Taurus on June 19th. And for those of you that have that placement in your charts, it will be affecting you quite intensely. I have that placement. And it is everything to do with the body, physicality, chronic disease or dis-ease, issues that are coming up again to be healed, tiredness, fatigue, a sense of, or, a need for security and stability. So a lot of you could be experiencing that, Taurus, and just listen to that. I want to get all the cards before I carry on, because sometimes they talk to each other. I feel like some of you have also been waiting very patiently for something to come in, for a message to come in. You could be dealing with a Gemini, but this has to do with communication. So you're also healing from, I guess, the disappointment of not hearing from this person, the disappointment of not receiving communication in the form of, the communication you needed to be receiving, whether it is around job applications, whether it is a romantic interest, whether it is someone you've been in conflict with. But these lessons it feels like these cycles are ending for you, Taurus. You almost feel like timelines are re-emerging and representing themselves so that you can choose to act differently or choose to feel differently, and it feels different in your body. What I'm getting is there's a lessening of self-doubt. There's a lessening of judgment. There's a acknowledgement and an acceptance of who you are, Taurus, your sense of self-worth, your body and the way that your body is right now, without the self-flagellation and the judgment and the wanting to change things. There's a lot of karmic lessons at the moment that are closing for you, and it has to do with coming back to yourself, coming back to within, Taurus, again grounding into the body. This is a major arcana, card of Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. It's a card of Saturn, and Saturn is a very practical governance planet that comes in to kind of do an audit on us, an audit or life review, and see, where do we still need to balance things out, and what are the things that we still need to do that we haven't done. You might also find yourself closing out cycles with things, Taurus, either, ending, it could be as simple as ending subscriptions, it could be closing of business cycles, it could be starting of new ideas, ending of relationships, including friendships and family. There's just a sense of having had enough, or becoming bored with how you have been choosing or living or experiencing life. There's a sense of boredom, and there's a sense of wanting to change that, Taurus. Sagittarius, card of Sagittarius. So you could be dealing with the Sagittarius, but I do feel like There is divine balance happening here for you, Taurus. Temperance, it's balance, it's patience, it's divine guidance, it's Archangel Michael energy. Thank you, my darling. It is school holidays, and so excuse the interruption there. But it is about also balancing masculine and feminine. I think this came up in your other reading as well, your previous reading. It's about knowing when to act and also knowing when to rest, knowing when to chase and knowing when to receive, and being comfortable in the receiving. There's an alchemy happening here with you, Taurus, and you can feel it physically. You can almost feel that there is a rewiring of how you perceive things. There's a rewiring of how you are interacting with people. There's a rewiring about how you are communicating. There's just a difference in how you are going about your day. I am a Taurus sun, and I'm having a particularly difficult day, being my dad's birthday. Exactly, this heartbreak, being able to release emotion as well and allow for the release of emotion. I think after this reading, I'm just going to just do nothing and maybe just, ground into my body and meditate, because there's a lot of emotion going through my body right now. I'm missing my dad. And it's about acknowledging that, Taurus. Trapped emotion is not good for the balance of your physical body either, because it does cause an imbalance in frequency, and each of your organs, every part of your energy meridians are vibrating at a certain frequency. And when that frequency is slightly off, this is when we start to feel the discomfort, the dis-ease, the imbalance. It's like tuning into a radio station and getting static when something, can just be 1 degree off the right dial, and you will feel the difference. And emotion has that effect on us, Taurus, if we are not willing to release, if we are not comfortable in sitting in the release of the emotion. It becomes stored and trapped in the body and can create uncomfortable feelings, uncomfortable physical experiences. Tight lower back, for an example, tense shoulders or neck. The neck and shoulders is part of, the physical embodiment of Taurus. Taurus represents neck and shoulders. So you could be also experiencing some pain in your neck and shoulders. I know I am. Tai Chi really helps to release that. It looks, or the movement looks slow, but it's actually intensely powerful. And it does definitely help release the tension in my neck. There is some confusion or some illusion that is being dissolved as well here, Taurus, Neptunian energy. I think Jupiter just moved into Neptune. Mercury went into retrograde. So, and that was on the full moon in Capricorn. So Jupiter and Neptune, it's going to expand any illusions that you have had about anything: relationships, career, business, finance, home, money, anything. Jupiter, whatever it touches, whenever it comes into, contact or frequency with something, it magnifies and amplifies it. And Neptune is a planet of illusion. It's a planet of, he's the god of the ocean, so it's deep emotion as well. So any disillusionment or any deception, self-deception that you have been in, Taurus, any avoidance of the truth is now coming to light. And you are having the courage right now to face yourself in the mirror and look at those self-deceptions and be honest about them, but at the same time not be judgmental about them. And recognize that this is a time for healing if you choose to do so, because you do have free will. Stepping into, this is a strong masculine energy, the Emperor. but he's not taking action. You know, masculine energy can also ground. It is also a safe container. And that is what you are needing right now, Taurus, is to be the container for yourself. I was, always looking for this container outside of me. And I guess that's what my dad represented, and why his death was so traumatic for me, was he was the safe container in my world. And without him, I felt completely untethered, vulnerable, lost, until I realized that this container is the universe for me. It is God for me. It is source for me. It is my own masculine energy that can hold me. I don't have to seek it from the outside. And once you get to that point, and I mean, I work on that every day, but when you get to that point, you can't lose it. It's not something that can be lost, because anything outside of us is impermanent. Okay, Taurus. Self-love, exactly. That is what this is about at the end of the day, is pouring back into yourself with generosity as well. So take care of your body, Taurus. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your emotions. Allow yourself this time of healing. And I'm sending you so much love. If this resonated, I'd love a comment. John, thank you for always acknowledging my readings. And I am doing personal readings. So if you'd like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below. Sending lots of love, my Taurians.